Why hello there, and welcome to Better Commander. Highness the Pack has assembled once again to feed on the remains of sets that have come and gone through the years. These sets have come fast and furious, and are absolutely jam-packed with legends. We gotta take a moment, dissect some of these legends that haven't had time to percolate. I've been doing YouTube for a while here, and one of my favorite things to do is theory brew around a commander, brother. If you enjoy any of this nonsense, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free for you, pumps up the algorithm, dude. Right now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm old. I have a soft and floppy algorithm right at this moment. Alright, we gotta pump it up. Many thanks to the patrons, the stalwarts, the Discord demons, and the members below here on YouTube. I love you guys. Thanks for keeping this channel independent. I haven't had one conversation with an advertiser. Not because I don't want to, but frankly, they aren't reaching out these days. Just kidding, dude. I'm all over the place, man. People want to advertise on this channel. I tell them no. I got to keep it independent for my bros. All right, let's get it off to a banging start here. We have General Ferrous Rokiric. I think that's how you say it, dude. I call him Ferrous. This guy is 1 red and white for a legendary creature, human soldier. It's a 3/1, has hexproof for monocolored. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 4/4 red and white golem artifact creature token. The Boros Legion always stands for justice, but it never stands alone. It's a perfect budget commander. The man himself is about 69 cents. There are 308 cards that are exactly Boros colors, and a commander deck is 100 cards, and then about 63 of them aren't lands, so you have pretty good odds right there. A 4/4 is a fairly beefy token. These colors have all kinds of creatures that deal with artifacts, beef up artifacts, pay off artifacts, but I have to mention one of my favorite old cards here, only $1. And that's the Balefire Liege. This guy's 5 mana. 3 of that mana has to be red or white. It's a Spirit Horde 2/4. Other red creatures you control get +1/+1. Other white creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a red spell, this creature deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 3 life. This makes those golems 6/6s. Remember, they are red and white. That's pretty huge, man. Free damn tokens. Look at this guy chilling on his rock, man. That's what we all aspire to. Just to be able to chill on our rocks. And don't sleep on Naali's Son's Vanguard with her cartoon Hulk fists and sweet haircut. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. Plus that weird impulse draw effect she has. Very nice. How about this one? Tori Davenant, the Fury Rider. You gotta say that with a French accent, but I'm not doing it. 1 and 2 red and a white for a legendary creature, Human Knight. It's a 3/3, has vigilance and trample. Whenever it attacks, all other attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Other red attacking creatures you control gain trample until end of turn, and untap each other white attacking creature you control. Trample and that pseudo vigilance is great. Plus it's an anthem. And of course, Alibu, the Ancient Witness. So this guy is a 4/5. Other artifact creatures you control have haste. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, Alibu deals X damage to any target, and you scry X, where X is the number of tapped artifacts you control. That's beefy, dude. Alibu has gotten a little pricey through the years here. May not make it into a hyper budget deck because it's about $5, but this is a very diesel effect. Now coming in at 12 cents, old Dolph Lundgren face here. You got Sentinel Sarah Lions. It's a 4/4 with haste. As long as an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, creatures you control get +2/+2. Has Battalion. Whenever Sarah Lions and at least 2 other creatures attack, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control to target player. Pretty powerful card, man. I know the art is all jacked up here, alright? But I don't have to look at her every time I open the fridge. It's just a magic card, buddy. +2/+2 is dope. And of course, my beautiful boy Jor Kadeen goes in there. My sweet Richard Gere with his gloriously flaming art here. Metalcraft. Creatures you control get +3/+0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Bro, get that Metalcraft, man. Come on. This guy's a great Boros creature budget commander, brother. Don't sleep on Ferrero Rocher. He's the man. Now let's move on to the only legendary creature with these exact creature types, Wasitora Nekoru Queen. Man, they make these things so hard to pronounce, man. I gotta do like 6 takes just to say the names of some of these characters. 2 black, red, and a green. That is Jund. For a legendary creature, Cat Dragon, it's a 5/4. Has flying and trample. Whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature of their choice. If the player can't, you create a 3/3 red, black, and green cat dragon creature token with flying. So this is in a tough spot, all right? Jund Dragons. Well, you've got Karthus, you've got Prosh. Sacrifice theme, Korvold exists, unfortunately. Korvold is one of those cards that probably shouldn't exist, man. I played against a Korvold deck this weekend. The guy did not win, but it was a close thing. There was a lot of removal concentrated on that monster. But you know what? I think you can take a similar build path with Wasitora and not be so onerous about it. There's something to be said for sailing under the radar. If you want to build into Edict effects, like your classic Fleshbag Marauder type of cards, you'll keep that board clear and pressure the table with Wasitora attacks. Check this guy out, the Gluttonous Hellkite. So this is XX, black, red, and a green for a creature, dragon. It's a 3/3. When you cast the spell, each player sacrifices X creatures. This creature enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it for each creature sacrificed. This way has flying and trample. Entire species this thing is eaten, man. Imagine this at 5 mana, right? Each player sacrifices 1 creature, including you. You need some sack fodder, which is a good way to go with Wasitora anyway. So that's 4 creatures, 8 counters, and it's a big fat dragon, buddy. It's got flying and trample. Come on, man. Now, as an aside here, while I was researching Wasitora, I looked at this Dragonstorm Globe, which I hadn't even seen yet. 20 cents for a little manalith here. 3 generic mana artifact. Each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Why haven't I even seen this card, man? You're in great colors to build that shell with Poison Tip Archer. Whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. That's any creature, man, even your opponent's creatures. Just the tip with this guy, that's all it takes. Mayhem Devil, he's another one, he's riding his little unicycle out there. Then assemble your token swarm, some sacrifice outlets, you're good to go, my friend, and that's Cat Dragon Fever, buddy. Now this is a fairly popular commander, but let's stop and give this guy his flowers, alright? Volo, Guide to Monsters, so it's 2 green and a blue, legendary creature, human wizard, it's a 3/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. That's it, man. You're just copying spells out there. This is a budget ETB commander with his mug of beer, his sweet beard, his big frumpy build out there. This guy, I mean, we can all relate to this guy. He just wants to tell his stories and drink a frosty mug. Who doesn't want to put on a cozy doublet and go tell tall tales at the bar? Despite the fact that Volo looks like somebody you don't want to hang out with, it's a very interesting build. It's anti-tribal. Enter the battlefield doubler. It's very easy to combo out with Peregrine Drake, Temur Sabertooth, or just Palancron if you want to get into a pricey reserve list card. Barring combos though, it's a value-centered commander that's tough to keep up with. Cast some little mana dorks like the old Maryleaf Pixie out there. Get that Pixie out there, brother. It's just a dope deck that people sleep on because he looks like my college roommate. But don't worry, man, we have another general coming up here. This is General Kudro of Drannith. This guy's 1 white and a black, legendary creature, human soldier. It's a 3/3. Other humans you control get +1/+1. It's a celebration of humans, man. Whenever the general or another human you control enters, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. You're getting that graveyard hate. Has 2, sack 2 humans, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It's time to support the troops, buddy. Look at this guy. He's got that damn emerald on his left shoulder. He's going to drive that directly into your solar plexus if you insult his mustache. I think I saw this guy at Commander Night. Actually, looks like somebody I played Magic with the other night. Anyways, man, when you have a sacrifice outlet in the command zone, even if it costs a little mana like this guy, it gives you a pretty specific build path. It's flavorful too. He tells 2 dudes to go take down that big fatty in the corner, and you're going to die. All right, you have to face that fact. I want you to take that machine gun nest down, but you're going to be toast. But I'll tell your family that you did some cool stuff. All right, that's the deal. He just sits there and watches the soldiers break themselves. Now in these colors, you have a ton of human token creators. Make sure it specifically says human though. Some of those soldier cards depict humans, but they just say soldiers. All right, it's not necessarily a human. Anyways, you got the Horn of Gondor out here. 3 generic mana, legendary artifact. When it enters, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Has 3 in tap, create X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens where X is the number of humans you control. Very human tribal. Humans multiplying by the horn, dude, by the sound of the horn. When you're making romance time with your wife, make sure you play the sound of a shofar very loud on your surround sound system so it just totally puts her in the moment, man. That's the Horn of Gondor, brother, and that's better commander, dude. It's a little hidden gem here, Dire Tactics. Taxes. Dire taxes, brother. White and a black for an instant exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness, but you're gonna control a human. Ikoria is full of these little hidden gems, but this is nuts in a human-centered deck. Great utility card with just a little downside. 2 mana instant. This guy's just leaping into that beast's mouth, hoping that he'll be full after snacking on his blood and bones and his meat parts. That's tactics, brother. You have the usual aristocrat pieces here as well. Teysa Karlov, Zulaport Cutthroat, build your human token swarm and go to town, brother. And then sacrifice them all for value. Alright, last one here today, and one of my favorites, Mono Red, Imodane the Pyrohammer. 2 red, legendary creature, human knight, it's a 4/4. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control that targets only a single creature deals damage to that creature, Imodane deals that much damage to each opponent. Burn, baby, burn. I love this card, man. Look at the art here. I have so many questions. Is that a damn wooden arm? Isn't that hazardous if you're wielding a flaming hammer? You wouldn't want a wooden arm at that point, right? I don't know, man. Maybe make it out of titanium or something. I hope it's a rock. Actually, it is wood. I just looked it up. I looked it up on the MTG lore wiki. You know, if you want to go dive down the rabbit hole. Anyways, really interesting build around. That damage to each opponent is fascinating. I mean, just Shivan Meteor one guy. F that guy in particular. Hit a Birds of Paradise with a damn meteor, right? That's 39 damage around the table. If you happen to have the Eternal out there, that's game over, buddy. Capitalize on that 39 mana somehow. Hopefully you're winning at that point. What if you have a Brash Taunter? Deal him 13 damage with a Shivan Meteor. That's 26 damage to some fool, 13 damage to 2 other fools around the table. Now remember, Imodane is the one doing the damage. That's not commander damage, it's not happening via combat. But if you give Imodane lifelink or infect, it's all value, baby. Now, of course, you have your damage doublers, you have your damage triplers, you have City on Fire, Fiery Emancipation. These have gotten pricey through the years. Fiendish Duo, Angrass Marauders make a huge difference in a budget deck. Both of those are only a couple cents, man, really, under $1. I have a solidly bracket 2 budget deck I'm going to put in the description here. It's only got 11 creatures, but there are some interesting ones in there. Check them out. Overall, Imodane is a very cool character with that wooden Pinocchio arm and the flaming hammer. Surprisingly effective. Nobody sees burn coming in Commander, you know, until you reveal your commander and they see it's Imodane. They will now. They're going to see burn coming now, brother, because you're bringing it. So that's 5 sleeper commanders for your Tuesday morning. Every time I do one of these videos, people say, hey man, that's not a sleeper. One of the dudes I know has that deck. I play with him every week and I have to face that deck. It's not a sleeper. Well, listen, I didn't know that, all right? I'm in a different part of the world than you are, man. I'm not in your house. I'm just a voice on the internet. I'm just a part of the world, man. I'm not there in your bathroom or anything. I'm not real. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Don't stop believing in me, though. I'm fading away. My hairline's disappearing. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off. Maybe for the last time.